Hello, let's do a bunch of daily word games. And we're going to start with the daily Dordle again. So we're going to do the Dordle and the Quordle. And why don't we just keep starting with stare? Stare works out really well. It won't let me type. There we go. Stare. Okay, and we'll do pound to follow up. Pound got us almost nothing. How about milky as another follow-up? Now that is good. Okay, so this left word is probably something E-L-I-D. Now what does that? I actually have no idea what does that. The other option is I something L-E-D. But it's not I-N, so this feels less likely. Idled? No, it's not idled. Oh, I thought for sure it'd be idled. Okay, so it's something E-L-I-D, or it could be E something L-I-D. Velid, gelid, helid, gelid, welid, zelid. Velid, bellid? I don't know. Okay, let's look at E. Xlid. I don't think L-lid is a word. No. U-lid. F-lid. Egg-lid. Lid. Edge-lid. No, it's none of these. Let's look at wellid. Fellid. Fellid is a word. Let's keep that in mind. Gelid is a word. Helid. No. Gelid. Zelid. Excelid. Excelid isn't a word, no. Celid. Velid. Bellid. Okay, so it could be fellid or gelid, but I don't know either of those words. Let's look at the right word first. T-A-I maybe? Oops, T-A-I. Or T-A something I. It could be tacit. Let's give that a try. It is tacit. All right, we learned nothing about fellid or gelid. We have two guesses left, so let's try, I don't know, for some reason gelid seems like more likely to be a word. It is. Okay, well, I have no idea what gelid means. I know what tacit means. But we are, either way, we're going to start the Quordle. Let's do the Quordle, and we're going to start with gelid and tacit. All right, ooh, the double T's, look at that. What would this be? Like taunt or something? Let's get letters. Pound. Ugh, can't do pound because there's no D. I kind of want to do... actually, I don't know what I want to do. I want the O and the U. I especially want the U because I want to know if it's taunt. I want the N and the U. Which is why I wanted to do pound. But I can't seem to adjust pound to work for getting 5 new letters. How about bonus? Bonus gets the N and the U. They're out of order for taunt, but that doesn't matter. Let's try that. It is not taunt. In fact, there's an O. So it's T-A, probably something O-T. What does that? Tarot? Tarot is a good word. Nice. And then this right word on the bottom right is trust. Very nice. All right. This top left word has the S-T place. There's an E and an I. Heist. No, not heist. I thought for sure. Oh, it couldn't have been because of gelid. Oops. Exist. All right. And this last word, there's an L, R, and A, and an I. So we have almost all our letters. It probably starts with R because I don't think it ends with A or IR. And then something AIL. That doesn't make sense, does it? Okay, maybe it ends in AIR. So something LAIR, like flare. Nice. Exist, flare, tarot, trust. I like that. All right. Let's move on to the Polygonle. This is Polygonle number 205. We are in Hexbird, at least to start with. We can always turn it off. So these yellow triangles repeat. These blue triangles repeat. This looks like a job for ING. Let's give it a try. I don't know, it goes between this N and G though. Like banging. Doesn't seem to work. Binding. No. Oh, no, binding is a word, but not binding. Okay. So let's look at ER. ED or ER, something like that. That does put an E here. That's pretty nice. So something like STE. I don't like this R though. Erder? Like steerder. Steerder, I don't think that's a word. I think I'm gonna have to do a filler because I don't know what this is gonna be. So we're gonna do machined. Well, that would explain why I couldn't figure it out. There is an E and a D, but they're not at the end. I'm gonna do robustly. I don't have enough letters. R and S. So we have 5 letters, and we need 6 of them. So we have almost all our letters. I think probably this is the R. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's because it can't be I, S, or D, right? So it's the E or the R. Maybe it's the E then. I think E might be better than R. We have this other repeated letter. It can't be the E. What if it was the S? And then we have an R somewhere that's not first. E-R-S-E. It's like almost discourse or something. Disperse. Yes, that has to be it. Nice. All right, well, that didn't take too long. I mean, of course, I used 2 fillers, but still, that's a tough word. I'm glad I got that. All right, let's do the word 500. We are doing the daily in advanced mode. What can we start with? Disperse. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of verse for that. I don't really want to repeat the E if I don't have to. I don't think there's a word like that. All right, I will do verse then. It's bad, but 3 yellows in verse. That's interesting. What if I do something like ST... Oh, I can't do STR. I could do story. Ooh, but story doesn't actually use 3 from verse. It only uses the S and the R. So I need to use the V or an E. Probably an E. How about stern? Stern is pretty good. 1 green, 2 yellows from stern. So let's assume I got the E, the S, and the R correct. Then that means there's no second E, there's no V, and then there's no N, and there's no T. All right. So maybe I got the E correct, because E in the middle seems nice, because it's not at the end. And so then these would be yellow. So I'd be like something R-E, and no S there. So I'd have to end in S, which is unlikely. So I think I did something wrong. Maybe the S is correct, and the R is... Well, I don't want to do SR. Okay. What if the S was yellow and the R was correct? Something ESR doesn't make sense. Oof. Okay. I'm not sure what to do here. Let me reset. So if this ERS were yellow, I really feel like the E got placed, but then, yeah, we're back to this. Is it possible that I got something here wrong? Maybe there's 2 E's in the word? So, okay, so what if there was 2 E's yellow? This E would be correct, and then maybe we'd be double E. So we'd be something, something, double E. So what other letter would we want from verse? In something in place. So maybe the T would be in place from stern. Oh no, the E's in place. So maybe the T would be out of place. Maybe it would be E, E, T. And then, yeah, we could be sheet. No, we can't be. We'd have to be something S-E-E-T. Oof. Okay, R then. Both of these R's, so we'd be like greet. Oh, I was so confident in greet. Okay. So what we learned is what? Maybe we continued to have a green E. That seems reasonable. Maybe we continued to have, I don't know, the T or the R. So probably no G. Probably no second E. We'd have an R or a T in, but not both. So we need an S or an N. So let's say we have the S here, and the R, and then there's no T. I think this all works. 3 yellow, yellow, green, yellow, yellow, green. Okay. So what can we do here? I need to put the R somewhere. Maybe at the end? I need to put the S somewhere. So maybe it could start with R. R something E something S. I don't want the S at the end. So something SE. Does that even make sense? And then ending in R. None of this makes sense. What if I placed the E here? And it was yellow here, red here, and yellow here. Because then I could do ER. So I'd be something ER, and then the S, I guess, could be N. So we'd be something, something SER maybe? That seems really likely, like poser or loser. Let's try loser. Okay, so if I got the ER right, that means the S would be yellow. So we'd be something S, something ER. This is less likely. Wow, this is a tough one. Is something like asper a word? Asper's a word. I got the same result, which means this it can't be this because now S goes nowhere. So I need to go back to the drawing board here. I'm thinking E green all the way down here. No second E. So E's are yellow here and here. I'm thinking R green or yellow here, 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 and here, and here. And then we need another green in both of these. So it would be 2 different letters. Wow, that does really make me think it's ER. Let's look at ER again. Because that would be green. These would be yellow. That would be red. Okay, so I'd have a yellow, maybe the S. No, I already looked at the S. So I don't think there's an S in the word. So let's read those out. It could be a yellow L and a yellow A. So what would that mean up here? Because it would be something L-A-E-R. No, that doesn't make sense. Or something A-L-E-R makes sense. We need an R. Or we have the R, actually. So we need a V. Ooh. Without the S-E, we need a V. I didn't realize that. And then I need a T or an N as well. That's too many letters. It actually doesn't work. If I have the ER green, I have to use the S in both of these, or I end up with VER, a T or an N in place even. So it'd have to be the T. And then that's too many letters, right? Yeah. Well, hold on. The ER here. No, but the V doesn't go next to a T. So yeah, this doesn't work. So I don't think we are ER then. I like the E here. Oops, that's red, that's yellow. That's yellow, that's red. So what are we doing here? I think SER just seems most likely. So that means I placed the S here. No, I couldn't have. If I have an S and the E's in place. Okay, so yeah, if I have an S and the E's in place, then the S has to be, the R has to be green because the S can't be in both places. I think. Hold on. Is that actually true? Could it be SSER? I mean, no. No, the R doesn't have anywhere to go. No, it doesn't work. Okay, so maybe E is yellow then. That would mean this. Unless the E was green here. And then yellow, green here, and then yellow here, and red here. Okay, so that's an option with an E in the middle. And then what? If we had an R, I think we have the RS still. So let's go based off that. I mean, maybe there's a V in the word. I may have to do another guess just to get more info, but I haven't found anything viable yet. So that would mean the R and the S are yellow here, so there's no T or N. This R would also be yellow, there's no G. I'd be forced to put, this S has to be yellow, so this R has to be green, that R has to be green, this S has to be yellow, and then that's what we have. So where does S go? Not here, not here, not here, not here. It just doesn't work. S has nowhere to go. I can't figure this out. What if there's no E at all? Okay, if there's no E at all, then we have to have an S, R, and V. So S and R in the word. And then we need a T or an N in place. So this R maybe would be like that. And then it'd be yellow here. We'd have a yellow T here, yellow R here. No. We have R and S, we need a T or an N. So then we wouldn't have an N in this case. I don't know why I went with this T here. We'd have an S. This S would be yellow. This doesn't make sense. I made a bad decision. I think there has to be an E. I think that's the conclusion. What if I do a word with the letters I think aren't in the word? So like V, I don't think is in the word. G, I don't think is in the word. I don't think L's in the word. So what if I do glove? Because I know I can't end in E. Is there anything better? I don't know. Let's see what glove gets us. Glove has one yellow. So if there's an E, that means I'm right about no G-L-O-V. So there is an E, and we're like this probably, unless there's two E's in the word. This is kind of back to what we had, but are there other letters I want to know about? N, maybe? P, maybe? What if I do pinch? I get one more guess before I have to really just find the answer. But I'm going to do pinch. One yellow and pinch. Uh-oh. I was really hoping for all gray. Oh, no. I'm out of guesses now. One yellow is not what I wanted to see. All right, well, this E would be yellow. Well, it could be green. This E would be red. So we'd have an R, and we'd have an E. So the T is out. Maybe I should have tested a T down here. I don't know. It's too late. This is taking a really long time. We have an S, we have an E, we have an R, so there's no N. N is out. We have an S, E, R. One of them got placed. I really think S would have to be yellow, because I don't think we're doing double S here. I mean, unless S is placed here and it's just yellow here, but then the ER would disagree. So S is yellow here and here. I have RE, I have ER, that's it. No A or P. This S could be green. That would make sense. And then an ER would be like that. So this E would also be yellow. And the R, no, then we'd have to have SR. That's not a thing. SR is not a thing. So let's make S yellow here. And so then maybe the R, if the R were green here, that doesn't work. So E green here? Maybe we have double E and we don't have both R and S. E and R, in this case, ER would have to be green here. But that doesn't make sense because we don't have two E's. Okay, we got to start over. There's an E in the word. Almost certainly. Let's say there's two E's in the word. So one of these is green. I think the ER ended up green. In which case, we're like this. So there's no G, R, or T. So no R, no T. Oh, we know there's no L or O. We know there's no V. There has to be an S. It has to be yellow here. This E we know is yellow. There's no N. This S, it starts with S. That's a problem, because now there's nowhere for the E. It's yellow here, yellow here, yellow here. We need a second E. It doesn't work. Let's try again to do two E's, but I'm getting concerned that I'm way off on something here. These would both be yellow. So I tried this green, so let's try this yellow then. No, let's try this green. And this yellow. Let's try that. This would be yellow, this would be yellow. Okay. So everything else in the word would be green. We said there's no V from glove. We said there's no G, L, or O. Remember that we have a yellow in pinch, so I don't know which one that is, but they're all new at this point. Well, I think there would be no N, right? We have ERS, so the T and the N are out. So we have to have a letter from pinch, which is going to be interesting. Oh, wait, no, we don't have R and S. We have one of RS, so we do need an N. So the N would be our yellow. That's interesting. So with double E, we do need this N. We have one of RS. Oh, we don't have an R. So R's out. Okay. Is this looking okay? Let me double check. We need the S yellow here, S yellow here. S has to be... No, S can't be green here, though. Wait, I need two greens and a yellow in loser. Oh, no. Let's just take a look at glove and loser for a second. We have to have S, E, and R. If glove, indeed, if E is in the word, we have to have S, E, R in the word. Which means there's not two E's and there's no V. There's no G. That's interesting. I feel like we tried this and it just doesn't work, but I'm going to try it again. Okay, E, R, S are in the word, so there's no T or N. One of the E's is in, but we don't know which one. One of them might be green. The R might be green. If the R is green, we don't start with SR, so the E would have to be green here. So that this E would have to be green, right? So if this R is green, there's no R here, so this is yellow. We don't want to start with SR, but we do need a green. So this E would be green, this E would be green, this would be out. And then this S would be yellow. That seems like the most likely behavior here. That means this E is yellow. It has to be, because there isn't an E here. And we have R and S. This R would be yellow. Oh no, sorry. This R would have to be green as well, and this S would have to be yellow, because we know that E's in the middle. But then now there's nowhere for S. So this doesn't work. I think there's no E. And as weird as that is, I think there's no E. I could not figure out a way to get E to work. Which means there's a V, R, and S. Which means the V in glove is the yellow. It is good to know that there's only one of VE. But we know there is one of VE, so GLO is always out. We can always take GLO out. That's kind of nice. R and T are left here. One of them's green. Loser doesn't work, though. Okay, I can prove that, though. This is how we think about it. Glove. Only one of VE can be in. If only one of VE can be in, then we have to have R and S. Or we have to have two E's. But it means that we okay, I can't take out both V and E because that breaks verse. That's how we think about it. I can't take out both V and E. So we know there's a V or an E in the word. So GLO is out. So at least glove was somewhat helpful. Because GLO is out, we know there's an S, an E, and an R. I've done this before, but we're going to do it again because logically it must happen now. So E, R, and S are yellow in verse. There's no V, there's no second E. I don't know which one's green here. Well, two of them are green here. It makes sense for it to be ER, but well, let's not make assumptions. Let's do logic. So if E, R, and S are in the word, there's no T, there's no N. So if there's no T, one of these E's is yellow, and the other's or yellow or green, and the other one is gray or red. ER, SER in the word. There's no P or A, so there's no P here. There's no N here. Okay. This is all logically accurate. We know there's no V, so actually there is an E in the word. Why did I say it had to be ERS though? Because of loser. SE and R in the word. So this is yellow. This is all logically accurate still. I don't think I can make both of these S's green. Because if I did that, then I need an E and an R in the word. And one from, maybe it can be double S. But what about where does that means R is yellow here, and this E is green. That's forced. So let's just look through this. So these E's would be green. R would be yellow here and here as well. So R is forced first. We'd be RSSE. That's not a word. So let's take these back off. Okay, S has to be yellow here and here. So we do end in ER. So this E is in, this R is yellow. Okay, so we know this E is yellow. We know this R has to be yellow because the E is here. So we start with S. This is what we know. This is logically true. S something something ER. And we have an I out of place, a C, or an H. Is it S, H, something ER? Or SC, something ER? Or S, something IER? Skier. I got it. It took forever. Wow, that's like this whole video is this word 500. All right, I feel that was tough. That was really tough. I don't know where I kept running into traps because I kept trying ERS and I even tried ER in and I just kept falling into something that was just wrong. I must have been thinking about something wrong the entire time when trying to work out because I could have had this so much earlier that it really feels like SER is just forced there. All right, skier is a weird word though, so there we go. Let's do the daily symbol. We're going to start with blaze. Okay, so we got a check starting with B. We'll do bound. It does not start with B, so it probably starts with L. We could do something like limit. Does not start with L. Okay, so maybe it starts with A. I'm guessing it ends with Y. I don't know why I'm thinking about like S or app or... Okay, it starts with A. I mean, the other option is it's glaze, but I think it's already been glaze. Yeah, it's already been glaze. No, we know that this heart is gray, obviously. The heart can't be green or yellow because of all these different words. So we have proven that it starts with A, Z, or E. If it started with Z, we wouldn't have any vowels left. So I'm thinking it starts with A or E, and then we repeat an A or E somewhere, which we absolutely can do. How about array? Okay, so we do end in Y. This letter is an R, and we start with E. What is it? Every. All right, and we get another 5. Unfortunate. We're at 151 5s now. We got a couple 3s in stream today, but yeah, the 5s are still winning. It is tough to get this in 3. All right, not a bad solve. I mean, who thinks to start with A or E, right, when you have an L available? Had to test the B to see what the symbols were. I don't mind this solve too much. Didn't take too long either, so not bad. Let's do the daily fusel. We'll do both of them. We have 2 incognito tiles to start with, but so I don't want to do every, because if this is gray, this could still be green, and I don't really want to deal with that right now. So let's switch this to QWERTY, and let's just do maybe a similar word. We'll do Avery instead. Oh, Avery's not a word. How about artsy? I don't know. That feels similar to me. No A or Y in the word. Now we have to repeat a letter. How about, I don't know why, stops just comes to mind. We need letters. Okay, so now we know there's no S or T. No O or P. If there's an E, let's maybe find it with melee. Ooh, but we're going to be forced to guess an E next anyway. So maybe I'll do something like, oh, I was going to do hilly, but there's no Y. I'm going to do melee anyway. All right, well, we know that at best this E is going to be yellow, but what are we going to do here? This one, we're just forced to use that E. This last one, it only gave us yellow, so we don't actually know if there's no E or M or L. They're just not in those slots. How about chief? Okay, there's no E in the word. We finally found a letter. There's an F somewhere. So if I include an F in this, the blue will tell us where it goes, hopefully. How about flunk? Feels like we're flunking this solve. We did flunk the solve. All right. With this information, I got flunk. Sometimes you get enough negative information that it just gets limited. All right, well, that's fun. I'm glad it was flunk. Let's do the blind fusel. Okay, we have to start with the R and the E placed here. So what do we want to do here? Pride. Nice, the R and the E got placed. So it told us that there's an R and E. Every single person who solves this one will get the R and E in place. I don't know. We're going to get a lie, so let's try to go for the answer. TRA something? Train's not a word like that. How about crane then? Ooh, we found our lie. That's great. So we know there's no C, we know there's no N, and this R is obviously true. So we're something RA, something E. I don't know why, but I want to try great. Whoa! There are so many words that are R, A, E. I have to get lucky sometimes, right? If I never got lucky, that would be suspicious. All right. Well, after that word 500, I think you know I don't cheat. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry if that word 500 was just way too long. I'm going to do my best to cut it, but honestly, I don't like cutting content from these because, you know, if you want to skip forward, just skip forward. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below. Really, if you just say nice, that is awesome. And I'll see you next time.